Jen. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Thanks for coming back in. I'm doing well. I just want to kind of recap from last week. So I know we talked a lot about privacy and mandated reporting. Just so you know, like what happens in this room stays in the room. I'll keep what you say confidential. I'm a mandated reporter, so I will need to contact authorities if you talk about abuse to a child, a vulnerable adult, or elderly person, a pregnant woman using or self-harm or harm to others.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I thought we'd start off with today is it's called the miracle question. So I kind of want you just to relax and kind of listen to what I'm prompting you with and tell me what you think, all right? So let's just imagine you are going to sleep tonight. You're getting comfortable in bed, falling asleep, and while you're in a deep sleep, something happens. It's a miracle occurs, and the problem that you're coming in for today is solved. Like, you know, that problem is no longer there.
Okay.
Can you imagine? Are you kind of picturing the problem and what that would look like?
Yeah, mainly it's just like tension between my husband and I.
Okay, all right. So let's say you are in a deep slumber, you know, something happens outside and you open your eyes a little bit, you see the sun's out and you're starting to wake up. What is one of the first things you notice that's different?
That I feel kind of lighter and more positive about my relationship.
Okay.
Our relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense. How does that like feel compared to what a normal morning would be when you would wake up?
Normally, I feel anxious, like kind of trying to prepare for what he'll bring at me or what I bring at him, and it's just very uncomfortable.
Yeah, so this miraculous morning you're waking up, you're feeling lighter, not walking on eggshells, kind of feeling more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would be the first thing that you would do on this miracle morning? What would you say? What would be the first thing you'd say to him, your husband?
Just like, good morning, you know, how'd you sleep? I noticed you didn't sleep on the couch, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so you would just ask him kind of questions about how he slept and let him know that you care about him and
Yeah.
want to know how he was.
Like
Okay.
normal, what I would think to be like normal conversation in the morning, but we haven't had that in a long time.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, so how do you think your husband would react to like a kind, warm statement like that? Like, hi honey, how'd you sleep? Like, how are you?
it would probably take him by surprise because it hasn't happened in a long time.
Okay.
But receiving and hopefully he would say, you know, act the same and.
Yeah. So you
in
think.
In the miracle world.
Yeah.
We would act like that.
Yeah, so you think he'd be surprised, but like pleasantly surprised. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. And then how do you think your day would start then? So like that simple first communication, you said it used to be like walking on eggshells, you may be like holding that tension from the night before because you were fighting before bed.
Yeah.
So now in this miracle morning, it's like things are lighter, things are happier. How would that like change the tone for the day?
I think that we would probably end up spending more time together because we usually are very distant throughout the day.
Yeah.
We don't really talk that much because of the tension and, like you said, like walking on eggshells and just let's not say anything at all because it's probably going to be crude.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, you know, like when you start the day on that negative note, it's kind of like it makes a divide for the entire day.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm assuming too then later on when you get towards the evening hours, it's like you haven't been positive and loving all day, so then it's like you go to bed the same, upset, separate, distanced.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So this miracle morning, you know, you start the morning by just saying something kind and sweet and authentically like hearing about them, right? So could you see yourself doing this on a normal day? Like, I mean, let's just say you go home tonight and, you know, you're trying to work on your relationship and your communication. Can you see yourself, you know, having this conversation in the morning being lighter and how that can maybe change the way you guys start the day?
I have thought about it, and I guess I think that I try to do that, but I don't try hard enough, and I don't think either one of us does, just because it's so normal.
Right. So maybe like you don't want to make the effort to start the day on a lighter note, and maybe you expect him to, but he's probably in the same boat where like, I want her to start it on a better note. So it's kind of like you both want this, but neither of you are making the first step into making that happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like we both want that, I think, but are never really on the same page.
Yeah.
And working together, it's like one person working, the other one's not, and it's just like we need to come together.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So this miracle morning sounds like it would be a lot healthier environment for both of you.
Yeah.
And then you did say, I mean, I think it's achievable.
Yeah.
You could see yourself in the morning saying something sweet and warm that could make the tone of the day be much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really important.